What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 142 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, July 29th, 2020. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, what's up?
Hey.
Hello.
I'm doing all right. Doing good.
How was your
back to work?
How was your weekend, man? We had a big freaking weekend.
Wait, we did? What happened this weekend?
We did. There was a little in-game event and some stuff going on.
Wasn't there like a Tuesday, like a spotlight hour or something?
It was a festival.
Oh, there was a festival. What was it called?
All right. Well, look, there's a lot to talk about today. We're going to recap the week, including our GoFest experience.
Wait, it was GoFest and I missed it?
It was GoFest. We also had Buizel Spotlight Hour. We had Kyurem Raid Hour today. We have plenty to prep for next week, even though GoFest was this past weekend. We've got a August that's already packed with events, so we'll start reviewing all the stuff you need to be prepared for, including the Ultra Unlocks, Community Day, our Spotlight lineups, all that stuff. We have a major Poke the Bear segment this week that blew the fuck up on Twitter.
Yeah, you caused an earthquake on Twitter, okay?
Dude.
None of those replies were from me.
I said I'm going to bring Poke the Bear back. It's going to be a good one. I wanted to wait, and it was absolutely amazing. The tweet was, it was viewed over 15,000 times. We had almost 12 or 1,300 interactions and engagements on the tweet. It was phenomenal. So thanks to everyone that got involved in the conversation. But we'll dig into that. I have a lot of feedback from the community. So much feedback that I mean, there's no way I could possibly cover it all. But I did curate some of the best responses and ones that I thought really conveyed the feeling of the community. So we'll review all of that. And then we'll just kind of just get caught up with how our experiences were for the weekend. So, Adam, why don't you start with breaking down GoFest Day 1, which was Saturday the 25th.
Sounds like a great idea.
All right.
So, I mean, it was awesome. We did have the biggest week of the year, featuring the biggest event of the year. GoFest, baby! So let's start off with how Saturday was, which brought us rotating habitats and some cool confetti, and the encounter pools, global challenges and bonuses, and also we'll talk about the virtual team lounge. But before we get into the details of the event, let's talk about numbers, which normally isn't my thing, but it's normally Ken's thing. He loves the numbers.
Yeah.
So I'll just spin through them. Trainers caught nearly 1 billion Pokemon. Trainers defeated over 58 million Team Go Rocket members. That's a lot of members.
That is.
Trainers sent 55 million gifts. Trainers on average walked nearly 15 kilometers each.
I think this is a very important stat here, because you got to remember, I mean, I don't know what the final ticket sale number was, but they had said something about 1 million tickets really early on in the life cycle of the tickets themselves. So the 15 kilometers each is phenomenal, because you got to figure a lot of people were playing from home. So the fact that this still averaged to 15 kilometers per trainer is amazing and shows that people were really putting up some big numbers.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into what we both did during the event, but I definitely walked,
For sure.
Also, according to gamesindustry.biz, trainers spent $17.5 million on the game over the GoFest weekend, with an additional $7.8 million spent on Friday, making the 3-day total. Ken, what do you think it is?
Well, my math says it's $25.3 million in sales over the 3-day weekend.
That's absolutely insane.
It's so crazy, dude.
And to be honest, I was part of the Friday. I was like, I want to make sure I have incubators and a few raid passes, Well, remote raid passes.
I spent a lot, dude.
Well,
I did so many raids.
It was hard because after I bought space for my box, and then I bought, I think I had a couple spots that I could have bought for my backpack. So for my storage, for Pokemon storage and my bag. So with all that combined, and then buying the adventure box or whatever it was for the extra incubators, I then was like, oh, okay, I have enough for just raid passes, the remote ones. And then, getting invited to hundreds of raids over the weekend, I had to kind of keep going in and getting more. A little frustrating because I couldn't just do it. I had to back out and miss a bunch of raids. But yeah, I will get into me in a minute. But Ken, how did your Go Fest go?
Saturday, I spent in Red Bank, my normal go stomping grounds. It was hot as hell. Played on foot. It was a lot of fun. We had a nice little group going. Red Bank has kind of transformed since things are starting to reopen the restaurants and everything. So like they shut down the town center roads. The restaurants have tables out on the sidewalk, and like everyone could like walk and ride their bikes in the middle of the street. So it was cool to experience Red Bank like that. There was a lot of people, so we did have to keep it moving a lot, and it was very hot. So, but it was good. Now, we'll get into the details, but the habitats were awesome. And you know what? Real quick, one thing that you didn't mention number wise that I want to make sure we get in here.
Oh, yeah, I forgot more numbers.
Yeah. Niantic had originally pledged a minimum of $5 million to donate to charity over the GoFest proceeds for the weekend. And they confirmed via Twitter that they are going to be donating over $10 million to fund nonprofits and projects from Black gaming and AR creators, which is absolutely fucking phenomenal. So they said phenomenal. A minimum of $5 million. They're doing over $10 million. So kudos to Niantic. Absolutely awesome. Obviously, there was serious numbers generated here. The important thing to remember too, a lot of people say, "Oh man, they sold 1 million tickets. They did this. They did that. They made 25 million over the weekend." You got to remember just how much is taken from them in commission from their platforms. Apple, for example, takes 30% off the top of any single item purchase that's sold in the store. So if they sold $10 million worth of tickets on Apple, Apple's taking fucking $3 million right there. Like right there. Just like, bye.
That's
so
insane.
You gotta, you gotta remember that. How relative that is. It was actually really interesting because some of the big tech giants, Apple, Google, Facebook, they were actually on trial today. Congress was like grilling them about sales policies and the way they handle data and everything. It was pretty wild, even seeing like the CEO of like Alphabet getting grilled by Congress people that have no idea about technology. It was very, very fascinating to watch. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was in there. But Saturday, I played on foot. It was phenomenal. Now, we're going to get into this and poke the bear, but the day was not flawless by any fucking means. Now, there was major issues like, the way the time-space continuum works. Friday, when the GoFest had started on the other side of the planet, there was major issues in Australia and some of the, Asian countries. There was a lot of issues, connectivity, servers, spawns were fucked up. So there was a lot of issues coming into it. Now, the first couple hours of the event for me ran flawlessly. Everything was fine. The spawns were great. Shiny rates, definitely lower than previous GoFests. Higher than a normal event, but not as high as GoFest that we've seen. So a lot of people were, had their panties in a bunch because of that. But obviously, 2 10-hour days, they had to balance it so, people aren't leaving with, fucking 200 shinies. So I had day one with 10 shinies. I got a shiny unknown. Very, very excited about that. The shinies that I did get were very exciting to me. I got the Zangoose. I got the shiny unknown, like I said. I got Sudowoodo, which I really wanted. It was just fun. I got really good ones. Didn't get the Durant, but definitely fun. I had a good time. Now, when the friendship hour first came around, the game was totally fucked for me. Fucked. Like I couldn't.
Yep.
I didn't send a. I was keeping track of like your progress for the global unlock in the Today View. I didn't send a single gift the entire hour because I couldn't access my friends list. It just wouldn't even load. Nothing. And not only was the friends list not working, but the game was just completely unstable during that hour. And I must have restarted the game fucking 20, 30 times during that hour to no avail. So that hour for me was like a throwaway.
And that was huge for you because you're on the Blissey grind. So you missed all those Chansey candy.
Dude, you're not fucking kidding. You're not fucking kidding. It really sucked. And it's like on Twitter, the whole week before, I'm like telling everyone, make sure you save your gifts. You're going to want to send them during the friendship hour, open them during the rewards, and it was a total nightmare. So technically that was a total fuck up. It just did not go well.
Yeah, it was definitely a flop.
But outside of that, the game recovered and stabilized shortly after that hour, and everything seemed okay. And the day pretty much went off without a hitch for me for the rest of the day. Shiny rates were definitely low. Like I said, it ended with 10, which was still solid. There was plenty of people day one that were in the single-digit shiny haul. What did you end up doing day one? Like, how did you play, and how'd it go for you?
13 altogether, but I got 5 day one and 8 the second day.
Okay. All right.
But I did, before the event, hatch a bunch of eggs, and it was literally like right before the event. I remember waking up, hatching a bunch of eggs, and out of those eggs was a shiny Riolu, and then a 100% Cherubi, whatever the basic form is. The cherries.
Cherubi.
It was 100% nice. Cherubi, and I was like,
that's a rare Pokemon. Yeah.
All right, before I get into my story, I just kind of want to discuss the habitats real quick. We saw a rotation of grass, fire, water, friendship, battle. Each habitat featured rotating global challenges that were trackable in the Today view, which was awesome, by the way. I really enjoyed being like, oh, looks like nobody's catching Pokemon.
Yeah.
Looks like nobody. Then it's like, it looks at me and I'm like, oh, I've done 0 great throws. I'm just awful. The faster we were able to complete the challenge, the more time we had to enjoy the bonus. We also saw the introduction of Rotom Wash, which was awesome.
Yeah, super cool.
It was available through the Go Snapshot photobombs, which my mom sent me the picture. I was like, Mom, make sure you take another 4 pictures because you can get it up to 5 times. So if you didn't get 10, missed opportunity.
You missed
That's
out.
all I'm saying.
You missed out. Yep.
Yeah. Day 1, played the first hour from home, which what was the first hour? I think it was grass. No, it wasn't grass. Was it grass? It was before friendship.
Definitely before friendship.
Yeah. And then I remember us getting ready because we were going on a hike or nature walk, I'll say. We went to Northwood Meadows in Northwood, New Hampshire. It's a beautiful, beautiful walk, and it's around a humongous lake. There is a few stops in there. The stops weren't necessary for me. I just wanted to enjoy the day and just kind of explore and catch Pokemon. Get down to the roots. I wanted to definitely be active playing, but I wanted to be playing away from people. I was actually very nervous going there thinking, what if there's a ton of trainers? I expected a lot more trainers. I probably saw 1 couple that was playing.
Really?
It was really nice that it felt like exclusive to us because the whole family went. My son was playing, my girlfriend was playing. We were all just, we all walked. We were all just enjoying the event. I do know that during the friendship hour, I timed it out right where I'd only be driving for a half hour during it. But I remember trying to send gifts and just the game would not do anything for me.
Yeah, it was fucked globally. It was totally fucked.
Yeah, and I do remember like opening probably like only like I had texted you, but like there's no way that I opened more than 20 gifts. I got that like radar saying that like, oh no, you've opened too many, and I'm like, I've only opened like maybe 10 or 15. Like it felt like that. There's no way that I opened up all my friends' gifts.
You were able to open 100 or 200 gifts though.
Yeah, but I didn't. I know I didn't.
Yeah,
I think weird. I only opened 20. Yeah, and it might have been because I opened a gift before GoFest.
I don't think that would have triggered it. That's not weird. That's really weird. I mean,
or after the 10 p.m. or 8 p.m.
Well, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
No. After 8 p.m., you wouldn't have been able to do it. It was just during the window.
Well, see, like, and that makes me upset because, like, I couldn't open the gifts during the time that I was supposed to open them.
Yeah, but
it was just.
Yeah, but your second friendship window was fucked too.
Yeah, because I was driving.
Oh,
That was
okay.
like right when we were getting ready to
No,
leave.
you see, like when my second friendship window came around, I was like, all right, I got to get all my fucking gifts in right now.
And I didn't plan. I know we had ordered food, so I was like, I picked it up, I walked in, and then by the time we got home, there was probably 5 or 6 minutes that I had. So I was literally like, oh man, I got to catch these chances.
Yeah. No, I focused hardcore on sending gifts as soon as the second friendship cycle started. I don't know, it was something like 10 minutes or so, and the friendship or the gift goal was met. So then we were able to get the bonus for the remaining 50 minutes or so of the friendship hour, which was gifts all included 1 rare candy, which was amazing because you could open up to 200 gifts. So I have a 200-person friends list maxed out. So I was able to open 188 gifts, which means that only 12 people on my friends list did not send me a gift, which was absolutely awesome. And, I was able to track this because of the rare candy that I had. I'm on that Chansey grind, on the Blissey grind, so I was able to immediately take 188 candy and drop it right in the fucking Chansey when I was done opening all the gifts. So, yeah, it was like, I remember I was with Gary Crucky, and I was like, come on, dude, let's do this timber. There's like 3 minutes left. He's like, hold on, this habitat's like almost done. I've got 2 minutes to like finish opening my gifts. Like we were literally grinding gifts the entire duration of the friendship, the second friendship hour. But yeah, it really sucked that that it was fucked during the first one, but
Yeah, and then day 2 for me, we did the same thing. We like so.
Well, hold on, we'll get to day 2 in a minute. You're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead, man. Don't you read the fucking notes, Adam?
I don't read them ahead.
Well, you should.
So, and then the end of day 1, it's kind of like we got home and I just kind of like chilled and I just played from home for like the last 2 hours.
Nice,
but it was awesome. Got out and explored. So, the coolest feature of GoFest was the virtual team lounge, which was accessible through the game online, and it was cool seeing like the actual, like when you go in the Today View, you get to see like different pictures from trainers, and it was awesome because the first thing that was going on at night, I remember watching I believe it was like the Asian time zone,
APAC. Yep.
Yeah, so that time zone, I remember watching the whole stream, and then at the end of it, I saw me, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, I was on there." But it was so nice, and then I stayed up and I listened to you because you did your trivia.
Yep.
With Chris from the GoCast. But it was you could access it through online. We could see a ton of exciting developer and creator content. Friends of the show like Trainer Tips, Mystic 7, Zoe 2 Dots, G2G.media all had videos in the rotation. And like I had said, Ken also took part in the only live segment of the virtual team lounge.
Yes.
And that was a lot of fun. I participated. I did vote. It was a lot of fun.
No, I was super excited to be a part of the live stuff. The whole stream, lasted through the whole weekend. There was stuff going on, but it was a lot of pre-recorded content that was streamed live. However, as far as live production is concerned, my segments were the only live segments, and we did 3 of them through the course of the event. And it was just an absolutely amazing experience. We did interactive trivia. I did it along with Chris from the GoCast podcast. Big shout out to Chris. Did an amazing fucking job. It was really cool. Made some amazing memories. Worked with some amazing fucking and talented people. It was just ridiculous. The staff that ran like the whole thing, it was just really cool to be a part of it. Salema Masekela. So Sal Masekela was what you might know him by. He used to host like the X Games and did a bunch of action sports stuff, skateboarding competitions, surf competitions. I met him maybe like 20 fucking years ago because I used to work in skate and snow. So it was cool to work in a production setting with him. And it was crazy for me because there was 3 live segments, and the live segments were broken out, like Adam was saying, into the different time zones. The first one was built for the Asian Pacific, time zone, which my time was 2 a.m. And then the next live section was for the, Europe, Middle Eastern, African time zone. So that was 6 a.m. our time. And then finally, the U.S. section was 3 p.m. our time. So I pretty much was awake for all of Thursday, then straight through all of Friday, and then was able to power nap, not even because I can't fucking sleep, into Saturday. And I didn't sleep until Saturday night. So it was like absolutely insane. Like, leading up to the event, just working in rehearsals with the production staff, fucking awesome, absolutely phenomenal. We did like a 5-hour rehearsal on Thursday, a 5-hour rehearsal on on Friday. Then we have, like my call times were like 1 a.m. and then 5 a.m. and then 2 p.m. So it was like after every segment, I just like had a little bit of time to like gather myself. And then I was like, Saturday morning, I go, fuck it. I'm going to go hit Red Bank up. And I went out and played for a couple hours and then had to get back in front of the PC for my, 2 p.m. call time. Did my live segment by 3:30, 4 o'clock. We had a little rap party and then boom, right back out onto the grind till 8 p.m. So it was amazing, but exceptionally tiring. But it was really cool because, the questions themselves, Chris and I were able to write ourselves. So, I think we submitted something like 150 questions to Niantic, all of which, of course, had to go through, the million layers of red tape and all that shit. But they were able to pick out, I think, 39 questions we ended up doing live. Some of them were super basic, like what are the team leaders' names and things like that. But some of them were a little harder, like talking about stats or, specific numbers of Pokemon in their Pokedex. Like there were some tough ones in there. But it was just really cool. The chat was fucking blowing up the whole time. It was a lot of fun. And I thank everyone that took part in the actual interactive part of it, because I think stuff like this was super cool. And, because of the success of that and how many people participated, they're definitely going to be doing more stuff like this in the future. So very, very cool. Thank you to everyone involved on the production side and also everyone involved that actually participated. Very, very, very fucking cool. But we also had a bunch of really cool and short informative developer insight videos that played during the virtual team lounge. There was like John Hankey did like a keynote kickoff. It was really cool. You got to meet a bunch of Niantic staffers. Good friend of the show, Liz George was in there. It was just so awesome seeing all of them, learning about the culture of the company and everything. Really, really cool. However, there was one video in particular that was really, really good and very, very informative. And this was the developer insight with Matt Sleman. Matt Sleman is the senior product manager for Pokemon Go. And he talks about his role at Niantic and elaborated on some of the features that we know are coming, but we just didn't have a lot of information on. And the first was Mega Evolutions. And he confirmed that our existing Pokemon will be the ones that can Mega Evolve. This is great news.
Excellent.
Right. Because a lot of people were concerned that the Pokemon that they already have, that they've dumped resources into, that they've developed and bonded with, that those Pokemon wouldn't be able to Mega Evolve. They were going to have to catch new ones or special Pokemon. No, he confirms, yes, the Pokemon that you have, even if they're day one Pokemon, will be eligible to Mega Evolve so long as there is an appropriate Mega Evolution. So that's really, really good news. The second thing was the level cap increase, and we've all been anxiously awaiting this information. Now, he didn't confirm what level it will be increased to, but Pokemoners did find in the data a couple weeks ago up to level 50, so we can assume that it'll be up to 50, not confirmed. But he did say that it's going to be a little bit more of a dynamic experience than expected. It's not just going to be experience points. So it's not going to be like, all right, they increased the cap and people are just going to jump up based on their XP and never think about it again. So we don't know exactly what this means, but it would be fun to kind of put a tinfoil hat on here. Adam, I don't know what you think could be added to the mix here in addition to XP, but what do you think is going to be the requirements of leveling up if it's not just XP?
Maybe level 50 is like getting all... Well, I don't know what levels they go to, but maybe like level 50, if they have that, is like, that's like the top level, but you have to have all gold in your medals.
Ooh, the medals. Okay.
Or have like 100 gold gym battles for one level. 100 gold gyms. And then it probably has something to do with that.
I didn't
if you have your
bag
maxed out, no.
Yeah, that's a real pay to play fucking shit. No, but I like the fact of medals. That could definitely have something to do with it. Or they could even tie it into PvP and say like, you have to have X amount of battles in each league or something like that. That's an interesting one. I didn't think of the medals. It
Oh yeah,
could have
reach
to do with the
level
medals.
10 in PvP for another level.
Yeah, well, because I don't think that it's going to be task driven like a special research, like make a certain amount of excellent throws. I think it would have to be the medals. I think you might have hit that one. But let us know what you think this level cap could include. What do you think you're going to have to do outside of grind XP? Because we know it's going to be more than just that. And what do you think the XP differences will be? Because, is it just going to be something where, they flip the switch and all of a sudden everyone jumps from level 40 to level 50? Or do you think that the XP, differences are going to be fucking massive, which I really hope they are. Like, level 40 is 20 million XP. I hope that, 41 is at least 5 million, 42, 10 million. Like, they really need to go big. I just think they really need to go big. So it'll be very exciting.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. All right, Adam, let's move on to day 2. Which jumped the gun before, but now it's time. Now we can actually talk about it because it's in the notes. But tell us about Go Fest Day 2, Sunday.
All right, so Day 2 was on Sunday. There was a Team Go Rocket takeover with almost every single stop being taken over by the baddies in the black and red. Habitats were not in rotation, which was kind of cool. I enjoyed that. I had a full spawn pool kind of thing rolling around. It was just awesome having that throughout the entire day, because having the ability to catch all the Pokemon, it was nice because you're stressed from day 1 catching only those Pokemon in that habitat.
Right, during a certain window.
Exactly. Like you were going after one thing and then, oh, hey, day 2, you don't have to worry about it. Kind of cool. We were also able to TM away frustration again, which was awesome because I have 100% Machamp that I just evolved into, and he needed to get rid of that frustrating move.
Nice.
And we saw new Shadow Pokemon with the legendary birds being used as the leaders and catchable through the Team Rocket Straight to Victory special research rewards. Giovanni was back, and you were able to catch his Shadow Persian, which is kind of cool, but not that great because you can already catch a Shadow Meowth. So it was like, all right. And ultimately, you got to catch Shadow Mewtwo from the research, and once completing that special research, you were able to chase away Team Go Rocket and rescue the adorable mythical Pokemon, Victini. Ken?
Don't be so excited there, buddy.
well, I haven't caught my Victini. I haven't caught my Shadow Mewtwo.
What?
I mean, no. I have it in my special, I have it ready to be caught. I just didn't catch it. Really? I don't know why. I think it's the shadowy thing behind it that for some reason I want to keep it for a picture. I don't know. I have that itch to take a picture of it some way, somehow, and incorporate that. But I'm just going to dive in with my 2 cents on day 2. Day 2, we did the same thing. We woke up, first hour, played from home, and then we quickly left, went on another little hike. We went to the Winnie the Pooh Trail in Barrington, New Hampshire, which is kind of called the Goodwill Trail. It's not actually called the Winnie Pooh, but they have cute little references to the book.
Oh, that's fun.
In the whole area, the whole trail. Yeah, it's got Winnie the Pooh's honey pots near his house, all the way at the end of the trail. You see Piglet's house, you see Owl's house, you see Christopher Robin, and there's a sign that says Busy Bee Baxon. It's adorable.
Fun.
And it was nice because we've been reading Winnie the Pooh to my son. So having that and watching the movies and then him seeing all this stuff, it was all encompassing.
Yeah, that's exciting.
He's learning how to read. So we were able to get him to read some stuff. He got a little frustrated at times, but needless to say, we were multitasking and he was trying to play. And then he was I just kind of want to explore. So I had to hold on to the tablet at points when it was almost frustrating because here I am trying to read, trying to play, and trying to maximize the event, and people are just nonstop inviting me to raids, nonstop battling Team Rocket, trying to complete the research, and there was a lot. It was you really shouldn't have. I will say this. This is the one takeaway I have from this entire weekend, is that if you did not have the Go Plus or the Pokeball Plus, you got gypped.
Because there
Why,
was
you might
just
ask?
too many spawns.
You just had too many spawns for day one like that, because that was what it was about, And if you're walking around, there's just a ton of spawns. I would say day two, yes, you had a lot of spawns, but if you were constantly raiding or if you were constantly battling Team Rocket, you had zero time to catch Pokemon.
Yeah.
So if you were not maximizing the fact that you could catch them in the background, you got gypped. And that's probably some people's reasoning as to why they didn't get as many shinies. Because I know my Go Plus caught a few shinies.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a real good point. And my feedback on the Go Rocket stuff was I focused my first 2 hours of the day to just finishing the research. Like I said, let me just knock out all this stuff, do as much rocket stuff as possible. There was the rocket box for 480 coins, which came with 4 rocket radars and some other stuff. I bought a shit ton of those, so that way I had a stupid amount of fucking rocket radars in my inventory, 20 something. And I said, just going to knock this shit out and get it over with. But I gotta say, probably around midday, I got pretty fucking tired of the rocket stuff. Like, it seemed like I just did this at the rocket takeover. So I was like,
yeah, I think it was too close. Like it happened.
Yeah, I think so
relatively.
Too. I think so too. And
yeah,
the battlers loved it because they were stocking up on shadow Pokemon. They want the shadow Pokemon for PvP. So there was some purpose there. But I don't know. It just felt to me just a little too redundant. It just felt more like a Team Rocket takeover event than a GoFest event that featured a Go Rocket takeover. It was very strange. I mean, I loved it. It's still exciting. I, did a whole shit ton of them, but it just did not seem fitting for a GoFest for me.
Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Was it over the top for you? Did you, once you finished the special research, did you do any additional rocket stuff? Because a lot of people that I was with, and the second day I played in Keyport, so I went to the waterfront area. They said once they completed the special research and then got Victini, they just left the rocket shit alone. He just said, I don't want to spend my time doing rocket stuff. I just want to spend this time catching. So it was definitely a give or take. It was good that frustration came around, because people that got their legendary a little bit late, or, other Pokemon can redo it. But I think the fact that it was so close to the last rocket takeover, which was just fucking last week, it was just too much, in my opinion. And I like the rocket stuff, so that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
But
and I just want to jump in and say the one last thing. It's a little story time. At the end of day one, my son caught a shiny Tangela almost within the last 10 minutes. And then almost immediately after that, he caught a shiny Oddish. So I was very jealous because he got a new shiny, and I kind of just got previous community day shinies for my couple that I got on day one. So it was really underwhelming. I did get a new Chansey, so that was cool. But it's I got Slackoth, I got Torchic,
yeah,
and Magikarp. So
community day shit,
stuff that I already had, and it was lackluster, to say the least. Day two, I was like, I'm gonna go so hard for Tangela. Kind of listen to this. I'm driving. Well, my girlfriend was driving. There's a Tangela on the corner. Touch it. It's shiny. 1750 something CP, so it's pretty high. Golden Raz. Yes, she was moving, the vehicle was driving, but I never got the, hey, you're moving too fast. Golden Raz, curveball, ultra ball, great throw, pops out, runs.
Oh, no.
Heartbroken.
Oh,
okay?
No.
And then when we're in the trail, while we're walking around the trail, I'm at one point on day one, I had to switch accounts. I had to give my son my phone, and I took over the tablet because it was just, he was walking and paying too much attention to it, and he almost tripped a couple times. So I wanted to make sure that, he could walk and enjoy it and catch and all that stuff properly. And so I switched the account. So I was thinking in my mind that I had still had that And so I'm holding the tablet, I'm holding my phone, and I click my phone and it's a shiny Tangela, and I had hit the Go Plus by accident, thinking that I clicked the tablet. And because I had it attached to the tablet earlier. And it literally was like, boom, dit. I'm like, are you serious? I was like, please. And so I like a golden raspberry it, and it's like, that item can't be used. And I was like, are you serious right now? And I was like, so I screenshot it, and then I like curveball, ultra ball, and it runs. I was like, no. And so at this point, because I even said to myself, I was like, redemption, I got this. And I was so mad. I was so mad at myself. I was like, wow. I don't know if I can enjoy the rest of this walk.
Wow.
I could, though.
Rough.
I did. So after we did that, we went home. I was like, listen, I'm going to go out for 2 hours. I was like, I'll be back. I'll be back. I need to go grind, and I just have to. I got to see if I can get this Tangela. I go out, I catch a shiny Zangoose, a shiny Durant, a shiny Charmander, and a shiny Quillfish, and then just as I'm on my way back, I click a Tangela, and it's shiny, and I was like, I pulled over. I was like, there's no way. I was like, I gave it a few minutes. Terrible CP, terrible IVs, but I have it in my Pokedex, and I'm so excited.
Okay, good.
That was the only thing I wanted, and I have no idea why, but I got it.
Shiny.
But I got 3. So technically, I got an additional 2 shinies. I just am an idiot and didn't catch them.
Yeah, I only ended day 2 with 2 shinies. Only 2 shinies. But I took it very easy on day 2. Like I said, I hadn't slept the entire weekend, so I was so fucking shot out. And I did so many raids. It's, I don't take for granted the fact that, we have an amazing community. I don't take for granted that the whole community that is on my friends list and all that, they want to raid. So I was like, you know what? This is a big day. I want to be part of the memories that these trainers have on GoFest. They can say, oh, fuck, man, I raided with Ken. That's pretty cool. Whatever. So I did, I don't know. I think I did about 56, 57 remote raids on day 2.
I did probably 20.
Yeah, I went pretty hard on the remote raids. I said, fuck it. I'm just going to buy remote passes after remote passes and just make this happen. And it was great. I mean, I did a ton of Timber. I did a ton of Gibble. Did not get any shiny Gibble. But, it was a lot of fun to just jump in and raid with the community and get gym badges from around the world and, be a part of all of these different trainers, international trainers, GoFest memories. That was super important to me. So I got to do that. And, the fact that I ended with 2 shinies, I was like, I didn't really care. I enjoyed the fucking hell out of the day. And technically, the day was perfect for me. I didn't have any hiccups or anything like that. I went to a fucking restaurant with Gary and some friends, got some fucking lunch, like just totally chill. And it was a great day. The game performed perfect for us on the second day.
And you know what I love is that we both did something completely opposite. Like I went away from people and into nature, and you were around people and playing in a hardcore grind spot with a bunch of the community.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, that's awesome.
No, it was great because I got to see so many trainers that have been away from the game came back for GoFest. So it was just very cool to connect with some older friends. And like I said, I'm so used to playing in Red Bank, and then I played in Keyport, which is a former grind spot of mine that I hadn't been to in a while. So I played in Keyport, got to see some, Keyport friends. So it was just a great weekend.
My mom was playing the whole time, and she met somebody that was like, oh no, cause she's, new to Florida. They're in Hudson. So she's going out, she's playing for a little while. And then somebody she met was like, no, you got to go to Port Richey. That's the place. And then, so she goes there, and there's hundreds of trainers. Everybody's running, like walking around. She said that everybody was wearing masks. Everybody was socially distancing. And just, she's like, Adam, it was an awesome place, and I know exactly where I'm going to take you when you come down to visit.
Nice. That's awesome.
So she had a lot of fun. She kept sending me pictures of raid bosses, which she's not really around anybody that can raid. So it was really cool to see my mom so excited. She just kept sending me screenshots after screenshots of raid bosses, and I'm like, that's awesome, Mom.
That's so cute.
Right? Like, shout out to my mom.
Oh, that's
and then she's
cool.
like, oh, I saw somebody with your shirt. And I don't know if she was talking about the Go Fest shirt. I think she was, but I don't know. Or she was talking about the Lured Up shirt. So I don't know, because she's seen all the images. So
get this shit.
I feel like it was...
Get this shit. I'm in fucking Keyport, right? And I see 2 trainers, and they got like giant flags wrapped around their back. One Team Instinct, one Mystic. And I'm like, you guys are fucking awesome. Can I take your picture? Like, I'm pulling out in the car. And they're like, yeah, hell yeah. So I take the picture, and I'm like, hey, you guys want stickers? I had the stack of Lured Up stickers. So I give them the stickers, and they're like, holy shit, I follow you on Twitter. They're like, she goes, I've seen this logo before. And I go, that's awesome. Take some pictures and tag me. So then I put the picture.
That's excellent.
I put the picture up of the trainer with the Instinct flag. And they commented, they're like, that's me. Thank you so much. I was like, this is such a small world. It's so freaking cool.
That's awesome.
I know. And it's like, I didn't know their trainer name, so I couldn't tag them. But they were able to respond, which I thought was really, really neat. So I want to talk about GoFest a little bit more in regards to the difficulties that it had once we get to Poke the Bear. So we'll revisit that, but I do want to move on because there is some other stuff to talk about.
All right, yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Ken, wrap it up. Let's go.
Through day 1, we had the Ultra Unlock. So the challenges, the global challenges, which we fucking destroyed. All of them were completed. We completely crushed it.
We wrecked it.
Yeah,
we wrecked house.
Absolutely. So the first Ultra Unlock, which is going to start this Friday, the day this comes out, will be Dragon Week. And again, starts Friday the 31st and will run through Friday, August 7th at 1 p.m. PDT. And the following Pokemon will be appearing more frequently in the wild: Alolan Executor, Horsey, Dratini, Trapinch, Swablu, and Bagon. And if you're lucky, you might find a Gibble. So Gibble, once again, in the encounter pool. Very exciting. The following Pokemon will be hatching from 7K eggs. Horsey, Dratini, Trapinch, Swablu, Bagon, Gibble, and Dino will be hatching from 7Ks, but only if you're lucky. Now, this is going to be another huge moneymaker for Niantic. Rayquaza coming back to 5-star raids. People are going to go fucking bananas raiding Rayquaza, whatever. It's going to be fucking insane. And complete the timed research for the week for a chance to encounter not 1, but 2 Dino. The research, again, will be running during that same window, and if you're lucky, you might find a shiny Dino. So shiny Dino released.
Epic.
Gibble in the encounter pool. Rayquaza in 5-star raids. This is going to be a great week, a really fun week. I'm really looking forward to this. Anything stand out here? What do you... Like, you going to go for the Gibble? You're going to go for the Dino? Like, what are you excited about here?
What am I excited about? I'm excited about Swablu and Trapinch and Dratini.
Dude, I don't want to see a single fucking Trapinch, dude.
Dude, I know. I don't. I'm so over it. I have 100%. I don't need it. I have 100% Dratini. Don't need it. I have 100% Altaria. Don't need it. I have 100% Salamence. Don't need it. So essentially, Horsey and
the shiny Dino, man.
Horsey, Gibble, Dino. Those are the only things I care about in this event.
No, I'm excited for Dino. That would be as well as would be a fucking tough ass flex for sure in PvP for the shiny. But yeah, so that's Dragon Week. So we knocked that out, and don't forget the following 2 weeks will also have events. We'll catch up on that in a second. All right, so moving on away from Dragon Week, we have our information on Community Day.
Yeah, we're all gonna start playing Magikarp Jump.
Yay!
No. So the month of August will continue the barrage of nonstop events. We not only have our Community Day info, but we also have info on our Research Breakthrough and Spotlight hours. So let's start with the Community Day, which everybody's excited for. At least I hope so. It's Saturday, August 8th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So again, a 6-hour window, which is awesome. Local time. Features Magikarp, the fish Pokemon.
Yay!
I know Ken is very excited about this.
Hell yeah, dude. It can live in the dirtiest of waters.
So this event will feature 3-hour incense and the fan favorite 3 times Catch Stardust.
Hells yeah.
Awesome. And evolving to Gyarados does take a ton of candy, but so you can look at candy as rewards from research, but Gyarados that are evolved for up to 2 hours after the event, like normal, will be able to learn the exclusive move Aqua Tail, which is super spammy, so you can use it in PvP, but you have to catch a really low CP Magikarp for that. But remember, Gyarados can Mega Evolve, so catch as many as possible, get a really good one, and Mega Evolve it. Do it because it's cool.
That's the thing you got to remember here. I'd imagine that the next few upcoming community days we're all going to be kind of alluding to Mega Evolution Pokemon, because Shiny Magikarp it's the oldest Shiny in the game. Plenty of people have it. During past events, it's been one of the highest rate Shinies around. So I think that the majority of people will be grinding hard for this event because of the Triple Stardust. And the fact that you can Mega Evolve down the road, and having a 100% shiny Gyarados that could fucking Mega Evolve is fucking baller. So
yeah, we should definitely go into a discussion, maybe not right this second, but of what we think the next Community Day Pokemon is going to be, because we just had Beedrill, which can Mega Evolve. We just had Abra, which can Mega Evolve.
Pidgey,
for
son.
Alakazam.
Give me Pidgey.
Yeah, we just got Pidgey, though. We just got Pidgey for a Spotlight Hour. So, it's, I don't know.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
A one-time purchase Community Day box will be available in the shop and will feature 30 Ultra Balls, an Elite Charge TM, 6-star pieces, and an incense. So if you're into the Elite Charge TMs, this one's for you. There's also going to be a $1 optional special research called Making a Splash.
Yes.
Which I'm buying it just because it's funny.
No, it comes with a Poffin, so I'm down because the Poffin's $1 anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't say it comes
like
with a Poffin,
Poffin,
but the last couple of these have, given you a Poffin when you complete them. But what do you think about Magikarp? I mean, does the Magikarp part of this excite you, or is this really all about the Stardust and the potential for Mega?
Really, it's all about the Stardust, but I do appreciate that I'm going to be able to catch so many Magikarp because, yes, I already have 100% Gyarados. I came back into the game, because I took a month or two off and then came back, and it was right at the tail end of the Magikarp, the water event, the first time it was shiny. And so, I didn't even know it could be shiny at that point. I was just catching a few of them, not realizing that, I could have gone a lot harder way back when and tried to get the shiny.
Yeah.
So this is nice. It's I'll actually be able to play and enjoy it. So.
And the other thing to consider here is the Fisherman Medal. This is a holdout for a lot of people, getting the extra large Magikarp. So this is your chance. This is the time when everyone will finally be able to get the fucking Fisherman Medal, unlock the Fisherman's Vest and the other avatar items, because I know that that's absolutely a holdout medal for a ton of fucking trainers. So that's good too. All right, we have some more information through August. We have our event lineup for the monthly research breakthrough and Spotlight Hour. The monthly research breakthrough will be Scraggy, the shedding Pokemon, which will be available through September 1st at 1 p.m. PDT. If you don't take part in PvP, this is an awesome opportunity to add Scraggy to the decks. And while we do have Dragon Week coming up, remember that the following week will be Enigma Week, and the following week after that will be Unova Week. So there's a lot of stuff going on in terms of events through the month. And then we have our Spotlight Hour schedule. So I'll run through these really quick, and we'll do little refreshers every week as we lead up to them. So prior to our next recording, Tuesday, August 4th, we have Horsey in the Spotlight, and you'll earn twice the amount of candy for catching Pokemon. So double catch candy and Horsey. Horsey can, of course, be shiny, so that's good stuff. August 11th, Sableye will be in the Spotlight, one of Adam's favorites. You'll earn twice the candy for transferring Pokemon. Following week after that, Tuesday, August 18th, Venipede in the Spotlight. You can earn twice the XP for evolving Pokemon. They do not announce that Venipede will have a shiny, so we'll have to pay attention there. And Tuesday, August 25th, Geodude will be in the Spotlight, and you can
there you
earn
go,
twice
Ken.
the Stardust.
Somebody was listening to you.
Yo, I got Magikarp and fucking Geodude shit going on this month. I'm about it. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I do need one more additional shiny Geodude for the complete line. So definitely looking forward to that. And like I said, we'll remind you of the Pokemon that are coming up in the following week for events. And again, we won't record again before Horsey Spotlight Hour. So just make sure you're prepared for that. Adam, any of these jump out at you? Probably Sableye, right?
Sableye and Horsey.
Yeah.
I think Horsey more because I just want a shiny. I like this. I'm aiming. I might actually like go hard and like go to all the grind spots and try my hardest to get 100%.
Nice.
Because I really like Kingdra. I just don't have a really good one.
There you go. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we are gonna poke the fucking bear, and there's a lot to poke because people really fucking got tilted a little bit with this poke the bear. So we have plenty to talk about when we come back right after these beats.
And
we're back.
Back.
All right, little housekeeping to get through before we hit the ass of the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout out to our show supporter tier patrons, Ace Trainers, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Dem Gearsby Bangin', G-Stacks87, Go Ranger Matt, Griggle788, Harry, James, Jason, Jay, Mackle, Jolt Switch, John Zero, Lynchbot, Matt, Matthew, M. Pitts, Paul, Pokénabbot, Purple Pancake, Sam, Smeatwad, The Noise, The Lousy Jedi, Woodwoos Wolf, Shiny Carol, Miles, SKT, and Chris. Huge shout out to our gym leaders, Jamal, Robert, and Tish, and our executive producer, Paul Bott. And we also had Jennifer and Phil join at the Discord level this week. So thank you all so very much for your support. We really appreciate it. But if Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And if you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can take a moment to leave us a review. Also, hit up our merch store, PokemonProfessor.com/merch. All right, let's poke this fucking bear. Adam, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. All right, we're just going to get right into this because this one was super fucking spicy. The other day on Twitter, I put this up, and I said, let's talk about how the community criticizes Niantic Labs and Pokemon Go. Do you see anything wrong with it? Do you think Niantic gets a bad rap? Can you separate the company and the people? And holy shit, it set this fucking community on fire. It was amazing. Thank you so much for everyone that took part in the conversation. And I appreciate your honesty. A lot of it very fucking brutal and harsh honesty. And I really do appreciate that. I'm never going to turn you away because you're fired up. I might not think it's appropriate. I might call you out on it, but I welcome it. So I got a bunch of responses here that I want to run through, and they're kind of all over the place. So this one from Bobby, Pokemon Snaps, says, I think constructive criticism is great, and there's no reason it shouldn't be used. However, there's also a lot of useless toxicity throughout the community, and that needs to stop. Personally, I find it tough to separate people from company, because when you're sitting there on Twitter attacking the company, there are actually people reading those tweets and reacting to them. Having worked for both small and large software companies, it's tough to separate yourself as an individual from the company when you're putting time and effort into the product. Fucking very, very rational thought there, Bobby. Appreciate that. All right, this next one from the official Echo Games says, this is a topic I've wanted to discuss for quite some time, just never had the right opportunity, I guess you could say. But let's get right down to it. Whether some people are more harsh than they should be, I feel Niantic and Pokemon Go app bring a bad rap on themselves. Okay, interesting. Here's from Pope Dave, friend of the show. It says, I think there's a serious lack of criticism from main content creators, or at least an acknowledgement of issues. Every single event is the best event ever, with pog faces all over the place. I believe Niantic looks to them often as the voice of the community, and you see the issue, ... So, what Pope Dave's saying here, many in the community have echoed the sentiment, and I'll go through a bunch more responses here. But remember, this is a very, very popular perspective. Okay, the next one from Notorious FDR. Says, my main issue, the lack of dialogue between Niantic and the player community, especially when it comes to game problems. They have the resources, aka money, to hire a team of people such as tech support groups. Hell, they can hire actual players. Next, most events recently look and sound like they are half-assed money grab opportunities. There's no research, no tasks, no special spawns, leaving only the money-making eggs and raids, which, surprise, surprise, is the only way to get the preferred Pokemon. Good perspective. This one from Kid Cougar 121, Maxwell Coffee, says, not sure you have a valid point at all. This is a community game. A community game without a community response? I get you're trying to make a point. It just isn't a valid one. The open dialogue is why Pogo is better than something like Fallout 76 or some other dumpster fire. Okay, interesting comparison there to Fallout. The next one from Robert, Royby Kenobi, says, they all work their asses off for the community. Is this game perfect? No. I couldn't imagine being an employee at Niantic getting all the shit that people say to them. They took a global pandemic and changed and adapted the game to that. In my opinion, that's fucking huge. I agree.
Amen. Amen.
All right, next one. Battle Science Podcast says, a little more communication and clarity with the community could be a big improvement. Another sentiment that has been echoed through tons and tons of trainers. And again, I'm sorry I'm rapid fire here, but there was just so many responses. I at least want to get to a couple of them. The next one, AJ from Go Stadium, says, case by case, whining over shiny rates is not the same about ranting about the game being unplayable during a paid event. Very, very good point. This one from Alfindial says, I think what you're seeing is a result of highly committed trainers not feeling like they have a place to direct feedback and get a real response. Those feedback channels don't really seem to exist currently, so you're seeing trainers take to social media. Ultimately, I think trainers simply crave transparency. When you lack that, your only option is to start making assumptions, which when you're not having a great experience, frequently are going to be negative. Fucking Alfindial laying the logic down. I like it. Kaido Nolan. Constructive criticism is okay. I do that a lot because when it comes to rating, I know what's working and what's not. I can get too passionate because I do care. If I don't care, then I would have quit a long time ago. So again, the passion, the caring, really coming through in so many of these responses.
Yeah, I love it.
This next one set off a major, major shitstorm, and I'm going to dig into it a little bit. Cochino Mum, Heather Ward. We've had her on the show. She's the creator of the Girls That PvP hashtag. She says, Niantic owes me 15 raid passes from this weekend. 15. If a company essentially steals $15 from you, would you criticize them? I called my wife an asshole. She calls her friend a wife. I called my wife an asshole for 2 days for costing me $1. Niantic help. I want my passes back. So I engaged her. And I said, I don't think this is stealing. I go, there's clearly a channel to support to do this. And she just started going the fuck off on me. And Heather, I love you, but we went at it for like 30 fucking tweets. And it was entertaining. And it got a lot of the community involved and fired and charged up. And that's the point of this segment. So I didn't turn away from it or shy away from it. But what ended up devolving to was her pretty much calling me a shill for Niantic, that the community shouldn't have a right to complain about anything or have a voice. When in fact, that's the opposite of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you should have an opportunity to have a voice and you could say whatever the fuck you want. However, when you become disrespectful, things change. Especially when you're talking about a customer service situation when dealing with Niantic support. So if she's telling me that she had issues on 15 of her raids and Niantic is stealing from her because of that, I'm like, look, I understand you had a problem with your 15 raids, but do you really think that this is stealing? This is an issue. This is a customer service issue. She's like, no, it's fucking stealing. Don't tell me what to do. I was like, whoa. This shit is hot right now. So we went back and forth for like a fucking weekend, badgering each other. And long story short, she got her fucking 15 raid passes back from Niantic support. Oddly enough, she tags fucking Captain McBlocks-a-lot, Poke-AK, as the reason for getting her passes back, which is like the most ironic thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. But that's a whole other story that I won't get into. Okay, getting back to the responses. Stealth. It's been 4 years. Clap, clap, clap. Same problems, same outsourced support, robot responses, same lack of accountability, same spoofers, same glitches, same failure after a same failure. A lot of people have poured thousands into this game. To say criticizing it unwarranted is ridiculous. Maybe those poor people you're thinking of aren't qualified enough to program a game that works correctly, keeps cheaters from playing and ruining it for others, and fixes glitches and costs players items that they spent real money on. Now that you just can call customer service for help. So pretty much what he's saying is the same thing Heather was saying. He's taking the position of thinking that I'm saying you shouldn't have the right to complain. And it's like, no, you have the right to criticize. But you see the way I like this dude Stealth. He's a patron. He's in our fucking community. He's in our Discord, and this conversation continued heated into our Discord. But what he says is the same lack of accountability, same spoofers, and he's like, then he says like the people aren't qualified. It's like, what, dude? Like this is the type of disrespect that I'm talking about. You can say that you're upset. You can say that you have issue. But when you start taking pot shots at the people, I have major issue with that. And people are like, oh, you're a fucking shill. I like these people. I support these people. I know these people. I work with these people. So you best fucking believe I'm going to take their back. So if you're going to call me a shill for looking out for my friends, then I don't know. You need to fucking get yourself a fucking dictionary, because that ain't what a shill is. I'm saying you can be critical. I was just talking the whole top half of the show how fucked up my GoFest experience was during the times where the game wasn't working. Does that mean that I disrespect fucking Niantic or the people that work there? No.
Yeah, we can be honest. Like, I think people didn't get the full experience if they weren't playing with the Go Plus.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Because if you're battling Team Go Rocket, you couldn't have caught any Pokemon.
But that's your choice of how you play, though. That's the choice of how you spend the time. It's just the fact that people think that what I'm trying to say here is you shouldn't be critical or you shouldn't criticize. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying don't be a dick. That's what it comes down to.
Ken, why are you being such a dick?
Look, if I'm a dick, sorry. But I'll own it. And that's the other thing I say. You could be a dick all you want, but own it. Own that dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Next one. This is a string of tweets here, and I'm going to read them all. This is from Amanda Crane. Amanda Crane is Pope Dave's wife. And this is what she said. The company and the people are two different things. There are some amazing people that work at Niantic. However, the company itself needs major improvements. The community obviously feels that their voices don't get heard. How is a company supposed to know what to fix if their community doesn't criticize them? For example, one of their updates they changed is when you evolve a Pokemon, it flashes their name or whatever. Like, completely useless. Why spend time on that and adding that when it was unnecessary and there are still many things in the game that need to be fixed or added? GBL, there's constant issues. I understand some things are difficult, but they really need to get better about listening to what their customers actually want and communicating with them. I don't think Niantic is an awful company. They have done some good things. However, I feel there's been more bad than good, and it's just hard for the community to appreciate and enjoy the good when it's minimal. And again, the people and company are two different things. My friend has her own company. If she asks for my opinion, I'm going to be honest. If something needs to be fixed, that's what a friend does. Not a hype yes man, because how are things supposed to get fixed if all the people do is kiss ass and act like everything is perfect when it's not? Amanda, well fucking said. I agree.
Yeah.
Because she's what my takeaway from her tweets is yes, we should be critical. We should voice our opinion, but you gotta be constructive. And you gotta separate the fact that you know there's humans here. We're not talking about fucking robots. We're talking about real people. But our voices do need to be heard. So, all that shit. Here are my clear takeaways from the discussion. Trainers are clearly passionate. We know that. Some say they have the right to light Niantic up no matter what. I completely disagree with that. It should never be a no matter what situation. I just don't think so. If you think so, that's your prerogative. However, just own it. Some say that they have the right to voice opinions, but will remain respectful. This is kind of like what Bobby Pokemon Snaps was saying. I agree with this philosophy 110%. You should voice your opinions. You should give constructive criticism. But the second you start being a dick, it goes away. Next, some are upset that content creators are always being positive. Yeah, that's an issue. Because some of them do it. There's multiple reasons that this could be happening. One, people just want to be positive in the community. That could be something. Two, maybe they want to be that light, that shining ray of fucking sunshine to help them get places and create relationships. That could be a way. But some feel that I personally think you shouldn't complain. That's not what I feel. So there's so much going on. This is a fucking phenomenal topic, and why I love Poke the Bear, because it opens these dialogues, and I want to continue these dialogues and, continue this as long as we can and as long as we need to. But it's clear that there's a lot of feelings here, a lot of feelings. Now, Friday night before GoFest, there was a Niantic Pvp Spotlight, which took a bunch of content creators, Adam and myself included, along with Zoe Two Dots and Trainer Tips, and Reversal was in there, and a bunch of international creators, and said, hey, they're going to be battling in GBL. Keep a lookout for them. And the internet and PvP scene blew the fuck up. Where the fuck is King? Where the fuck is this person? Where the fuck is that person? Why aren't there PvP creators? Fuck you shills. It's like, whoa, you guys are really fucking salty. And then they fucking all turned on me, and they're like screaming at me because I'm calling them out for being salty as fuck. And I'm like, this is like a battle. It was like, dude, Twitter was crazy this weekend. Emotions were just so fucking high. So high.
Yeah, I kept getting alerts on my phone, and I'm like, oh man, this is not me. I am not responding. Don't think it's me. Please, nobody think it's me.
It's like, that's the thing. It's like people need to understand a couple things, and I'm going to clarify a couple things for people. They're saying, well, why wasn't this person picked? Why isn't that person picked? All right, well, I'm going to tell you many of the reasons why some people that you brought to my attention weren't picked. Because they're dicks to Niantic. Sorry. Does that mean that they're not ranked 10? No. Does that mean that they're bad at PvP? No. Does that mean that they don't have an awesome community on Twitch? No. But why would Niantic choose them to be in a promotion if they talk shit about Niantic? Like, think about it, people. It really blew my fucking mind. And I'm sorry to have to, reiterate, and I'm sorry to have to talk about it, but that's fucking business. And this is a business of entertainment. We're in a fucking games industry. It's entertainment. So it's not necessarily just about who's the best player. This isn't a competition. There are competitions, but this ain't one of them. This is about entertainment and promotion and marketing. And that just because, your fucking e-peen is hanging out of your shorts doesn't mean that you deserve a spot at the fucking table when you're talking shit about that table every fucking day leading up to dinner. Okay, I feel a little bit better now. Let me get back to the matter at hand. I'm going to close with this. What the community wants, my main number one takeaway from Poke the Bear, is they want clear, transparent communication from Niantic. And I want to give an example. So Michael Staranka, he's the director of marketing and global live events for Niantic, put out a very simple tweet in response to someone. So someone tagged him in a tweet, said, at Michael Staranka, our savior, please save us from fast move desync. After every single charge move, the game freezes like cold winter and makes you lose fast moves. Love you. So they weren't a dick. This is A Larvitar Owns is the name of the trainer that tweeted this. They weren't a dick. They got their point across. They made it cute. They made it funny. But they said a real issue with the game. Fast move desync. It's a big fucking problem. Big fucking problem in the game. So rather than letting it go, he simply responds with this. The team's working on it. Very challenging problem, but doing their best to resolve. A one-liner response. And the community went nuts praising him, going, holy shit, a fucking response. This is what we're talking about here. So I agree with everyone in the community that wants this type of communication. And you have to understand that Niantic is fucking bananas right now because they're displaced out of their office. They're working from home. They're working through a pandemic. They're pivoting their game in every fucking way possible. And there's also a slew of new personnel at Niantic. And I think Michael here, Mr. Staranka, is making an improvement by addressing and engaging with the community at this level. So yeah, I agree. There needs to be more of this. From him, I don't know. He's the fucking director of marketing. Is he the one that needs to be communicating? I don't know. I think it's just anyone they want communication from. But Adam, I'd imagine I'm not crazy here. Any kind of transparent communication like this would be a positive, right? Like, I'm not nuts.
Yes. I enjoy it fully when people from a company, reach out to me.
Yeah.
I know when we went through Sticker Mule, them just being genuine back and forth on Twitter, like, shout out to them just for being genuine.
Yeah. Because it shows that transparency and it shows that they're acknowledging the issue. And I think that's part of the problem too. People are getting canned responses from support. People are getting responses that might seem a little dry or harsh from support. And then that's when they turn to being, dicks. And then once you, in a customer service setting, once you're a dick, you're out. You're not going to get what you want. It's not a customer is always right scenario at that point when you start cursing or you start berating or whatever. It's like, it's not. It's not. So, such a simple response, however, unanimously praised across the community. So, a bit more communication and some transparency will absolutely go a long way. Look, I want to thank everyone that took part in this Poke the Bear. This was a hot one. And believe me, I'm heated. I'm heated the fuck up because people were directly attacking me. I had people, I'm not mentioning names, and I got a dude in my fucking inbox right now still battling me, saying that I treat people like shit, saying that I'm a fucking shill, saying that, I'm just trying to get places with Niantic by kissing their fucking ass. It's like, what? No, that's not how any of this fucking works. And I apologize if you think that's how it works, but guess what? It ain't how it works. So I'm heated too. And this is a very emotional thing for me because I care about this shit just as much as, a lot of these people that are coming at me. But that's the goal of this segment, is to fucking ruffle some feathers, get under people's fucking skin and get them talking. And I appreciate everyone that did, especially if they came out swinging, because that's what this is all about. This is the platform. People want a platform to talk and let some shit out and vent. That's what Poke the Bear is all about. So thank you for everyone for taking part in that. And on that note, Adam, I think that's a fucking wrap.
That's a fucking Poke the Bear wrap.
I'm heated, dude.
That's a bear hug.
I need to go
that's a bear hug.
I need to go take a walk or something. I'm telling you, man, people coming at me swinging, bro. It's like, man, every bit of my psyche is like saying, rubbing my fucking ears going, woosah, woosah, because it's like, it's a brand account. People need to understand that. They don't. They take it personally. I refuse to take it personally on that account. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, everyone, for listening this far. Please visit luredup.com for everything we have going on at the show, PokemonProfessor.com for everything that's going on at the network. We did get some emails. Atari Alex Correjo, we did get your email. Kevin Red Bull also left us a voicemail. Thanks so much. We're just going to bump that because of time, but we do appreciate you writing in. We'll get to that next week. You had some feedback on GoFest. You can leave us a voicemail, 732-835-8639, and email us info@luredup.com. But Adam, if that's it, I think that's it. Is that it?
Well, I will say, by the time you're listening to this, I just opened my game and I saw like my Pokemon spawn, my daily Pokemon spawn come back.
They're back.
So I think that just came back.
Yep, so daily spawns are in fact back.
And it was a Petilil
Ooh.
And it has like really good PvP
Ooh.
IVs. It's got 15
Ooh.
defense and stamina.
Well, on that note, keep training trainers. Woo. I need a candy cigarette. We'll see you next week.